I think that we need to be open about the fact that when we show up in the room as therapists, we're not just showing up in terms of our professional training. We're showing up as human beings, and human beings who've had particular experiences. Social location has a big impact on how we see the world. My experience as a person of color going into stores and being followed often is not an experience that I think is very typical or often experienced by whites, but it is an experience that is not that uncommon among people of color. When you're being treated in a rude way by someone, or where you're overlooked, is an experience that I think people of color often struggle with. They often ask themselves, is this happening because I'm a person of color? When you are hurt or when you are angry because of the way you're being treated, you also bring that into your family. Many times it becomes a real challenge to figure out among families of color how they can deal with the hurt and the anger in ways that don't end up with you putting that anger on your family. The film Straight Outta Brooklyn was a good example of a way in which a father who was struggling very much with employment and racism with his employer, and the relationship between that and his abuse of his wife was very well detailed. And it's not that it was to make that a justification for that treatment, but it is to understand that man and his physically abusive behavior, you do need to take into account the abuse that he is experiencing out in the world. In order for him to really be seen by you, we need to see people fully. And to see people fully, we need to recognize the different identities they are occupying and what goes along with those identities.